Hey everybody, doing a small segue into a little video clip here. Now, today is April the 7th. Yesterday they finally solidified who the two teams would be for the Final Four. Sadly, one of them is not Marquette University, the other one is not Wisconsin. But right now, that's neither here nor there. My biggest take right here is that I'm on my journey getting my master's degree. I'm pretty much, I went to the baseball game Friday. I'm a day removed from going and watching that, and there's something on the TV about people getting into fights. Now, everyone knows how I feel about, I'm a Marine. Fighting is one thing we've thrived upon. We train to doggone fight, to doggone win battles. I've been out of the Marines for almost 30 years, but my point is this. And it does segue into the topic I'm going to be talking about. It's all these people who are hating Donald Trump. I mean, the man got to be president. He's doing things right, and everyone's being force-fed lies, rhetoric, freeze-dried BS instead of taking the time to think for themselves. Now, I joined the Walkway campaign. Everyone said that I was stupid. I'm not thinking for myself. It's like, excuse me. I was given the brain. I got to think for myself. I got into school. I went to some classes, including those with one important topic that I don't think people are learning, is critical thinking, which is called thinking for yourself. You have to think, analyze, and listen to the facts. Those who don't listen to facts, they're being force-fed BS. And you can go ahead and toss this under the table if you want. You can go ahead and ignore this. And you can go ahead and call me a phobe, a critic, whatever. But there's a saying that I had growing up. Reality speaks for itself when it speaks and bites you in the ass. No one doesn't like facts. No one like criticism. No one doesn't like giving a dose of reality. You want to live in your fantasy world. Live in Venezuela. You'll get reality real quick. And you're so ignorant thinking that it's a model society. And then you keep on talking about Norway, Sweden, everybody else. There's a fact right here. And it's being a telltale and given and true thing. And it's reality. Those who apply communism are learning the hard way that it doesn't work. Norway and Sweden scaled back on some of their things. There was a reason why. If they went full throttle on communism, they'd be like Venezuela. They're not stupid. Hungary, Poland, and a lot of countries who stayed under communism, they all said, why give it another try? You know what they did? And I want to say this, they're giving them the middle finger. People who come from Poland, people who come from Venezuela, people who come from all these other countries are warning not to go and give communism another go. And everyone being force-fed this and saying it's all great. You better wake up, do your facts, do the schoolwork, and not stuff from Google. Go to other places, because Google's their main end goal is doggone for their own pocket at your expense. I can put it this way. I have a file up here from somebody who really wants to be with me. Problem is that everything that I'm doing and it's on Google. Google thinking this is the be all and end all. I can't even so much as access the pictures, I have the stuff that's on here on an email, which they will have on a server. They'll track it down. Now, my biggest issue, and I'm going to put this down because I had to get out my tripod so I could at least put this up there. But as you can tell, I've been going through a lot of stuff. My divorce was finalized roughly a good month or so ago, going on 2 months. I got myself a vehicle because I had to go through and get financial aid through school, get my master's degree. Everyone kept on ridiculing me, saying I shouldn't go back to school and everything. I'm back in school, and I'm taking something that's going to make me money, even though I know I'm going to be a debt slave and paying back some financial aid, which is fine. That's the one thing I'm doing. Whatever it takes to keep my ex from using her wiles, her dogma, everything that she's been using to sway people and my family against me. It's coming up on a year since she gave me the ultimatum to sleep on the streets. I went back to the veterans shelter, and she didn't like that. Right now, I have a chance of getting an apartment. I have to save up money for it now because all my finances and everything were ate up or dried up. Any options I had were just evaporated the moment she filed for divorce. Now, everyone's saying that she's going to reap what she sows. Everyone's reaping what they sow right now. I'm going to bring this up, and it's going to be through DuckDuckGo.com. Now, I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to show you. Jewelry stores failing. That's what I'm typing. I'll put jewelry stores failure. What will become of retail jewelry stores? This is something the MGTOW community will probably appreciate, and I'm going to put that out there. I'm following some, not all, some of their teachings. Men going their own way. Men, you need to doggone stop chasing the punani. Get your mind right, get your grind tight, get money, so that way if they want to come at you saying they want all this stuff, you have the money, and then you can just flash them 100 and tell them to go buy themselves a tampon and walk away. What will become of retail jewelry stores? Actually, what will become of jewelry stores in general? They've all been flying that stuff about, and it's a song by Beyonce. If you like that, you will put a ring on it. It's like, you know what? Here's the ring I'm going to put on it for you females now. I'm no longer getting married. There's a song out by my boy Snoop Dogg, and he can debunk it all he wants, but he did the song. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You're being a hoe and being a trick is coming back to bite you. You're wanting everything out there and everything. You know what? You can be everything you want out there, but you're not going to get a man that's tired of the free track bullshit. K Jewelers, Jared actually is the name of the company, has done one where a woman had to get on her knees and propose. Trying to break tradition, trying to reinvent the wheel isn't working. Just because nobody's wanting to marry you doesn't mean that you have to stoop to that low to kill your jewelry business. But that's what you're doing. Now, many of these jewelry stores are flunking. And right now, I go through history lessons, but facts, no one's wanting to deal with facts. They want their feelings. But I to put it this way. In a lot of the African countries that are dealing with diamonds, that little rock has caused a lot of death and destruction. And you see everybody in Hollywood flaunting that little rock. Or as they call it in the rap community, they're flossing. Forget flossing. If I never had that stuff, I never want it. Gold, right now, is being a commodity that's being courted by every major country. The United States in particular, Fort Knox. I can't even... All I want to do is get enough gold in my possession or in my portfolio to where I can at least be able to live on. But right now, the way of cost of living, you have to have $1 million a day to live on, their opinion. Now I'm going to tell you, these jewelry stores, back to the topic, these jewelry stores have actually lost my business and the business of every guy who's been chasing after punani. for the longest. I'm keeping my volume down because where I'm at, like I said, I'm using the online, and I am busy trying to get my master's degree. I'm 1/3 of the way there now. I'm beginning the second third of the stuff. And then when I get that, I know that I'm going to be in the home stretch. But right now, it's a slow-moving process. I just got through my last class, which was a tough one. I'm starting my next class. It appears to be a little tough going. But right now, here's the one thing I'm doing. I want to make a go of it. I have a vehicle, 1999 Ford F-150. It's got my stuff that I had with me when I moved out of the house, when I was thrown out. Whatever I could get before the ex ended up confiscating everything, probably burning and destroying everything, family heirlooms and whatnot, and diamonds she probably sold. That's why I said, if I didn't have it, I don't need it. She ended up sleeping with a Chad, a wannabe Chad or wannabe Tyrone, whatever the two are. But he's an idiot soy boy who doesn't have money in his pocket. He probably lied getting into her pants. And that's the other one. Women who are cheating, they see that rock, they go nuts over it. They see somebody flossing it, they want it, they go nuts over it. So right now, a lot of us men are going their own way, MGTOW, as I call it. I applaud you guys. Look, I can't follow all of your teachings. I want to admit that there are times I'm purple pill because the punanity's out there. Men need women. Man, it's that old song, man. When these man must have his mate that no one can deny. I mean, you guys, if you're buying those textiles, more power to you. I might be headed that way, but I might be getting it as a last resort. Keep it locked up, and whenever something else happens, I have that locked away, probably in my truck. It's like, you ladies had done your last, got my last nerves. Then they'll see that they make mistakes. That's one of the reasons what they hate now. Right now, they're on this revolution where it's evolved from the 60s and 70s, where, they're doing this Amazonian type crap. And then they're putting it into a, like I said, they're force feeding it. And all these guys are following along with feminism. Feminism is not teaching feminine qualities. And whoever's saying that, no. They've been, don't get me started on it. Do not get me started on it. But the jewelry stores, Jarrett, Kay, those are being the two biggest ones. But there's the ones here in the Milwaukee area where I'm at. Yes, I'm in Milwaukee. How long? I don't know. But the way things are going, I'm going to try to at least get my degree. And then if things don't go the way they are, I have a degree to fall back on. Get a job somewhere where it's going to pay, and I use the word loosely, $100,000 a year. I go into, little beyond high, six-figure digits. If it's even $90,000 a year, I can deal with that as long as two things happen. I'll be able to have money to live on. I'll be able to have money to pay off my student loans. Because all of you thinking that student loans are free, stop it. If you're going to get a degree for a studies type deal, stop it. You're doing nothing but putting the country into debt. You get something that's engineering, you get something that's computers, you get something that's going to give immediate returns, and you get immediate paycheck. You're doing yourself a favor. These services, these humanities and everything, that could be after you get a bachelor's degree and you get started working. You do yourself a disservice joining in that one. And then you join up with these professors. That's why it's another factor too. I'm going online. I'm staying online. Because that's where I get my knowledge at. That's where I'm going to classes, where I'm getting all my stuff at. I'll say 90% of it. Because people are doing studies now. They're going to force it online now too. Which even is going to, I'm not going to say it's going to defeat the purpose, but they're trying their best to indoctrinate you. My thing, and it's a song by the great Public Enemy, fight the powers that be and fight the indoctrination. Use every method that they have available to you. You want to go out and be sociable and everything? You can. But I'm not going to do it where I'm protesting on the streets. Protesting somebody coming home from Afghanistan, telling them they shouldn't have enlisted. It's like, oh, what should they have done? Should they have been on the streets getting themselves into trouble with the law? Being up like those people in Ferguson. They ended up protesting. Where are they now? Some of them are dead and buried because they protested over bullshit. I'm an only child, 51 years old. I only have cousins. Most of my cousins, they've ended up doing stuff and getting themselves into trouble. One got in prison, died in prison. Some guy ended up doing like what they're doing now, chasing around peace leave, ended up catching the disease and dying. Some of them were females, were doing the cock carousel riding. I got this from my cousins. When I graduated, the first words they said is, "Earl, you did what we said you would be doing 50 plus years ago. You ended up being a force for good." I might not actually be a force for good on some females' eyes, i.e. former wives, former girlfriends. But I better be careful. However, but's what you sit on. However, I'm not always going to be a guy that said to everybody, Jesus had enemies. And no, I follow the Old Testament now. Many times I've been saved, everyone's saying, you need Jesus, you need to be saved. It's like, look, I went out there. I got saved 4 times. 4. And let's put it this way, all 4 times it hasn't done nothing but, it hasn't been much of a blessing. It's been more of a curse. All the times I've been married, it's like following them, saying you need Jesus. Like, look, the blind faith stuff isn't going to work if you're just following that. Follow the Old Testament. I might be talking about a lot of things. You can pick and choose from out what I'm talking about, but I'm going to leave it alone right here with this tape, this video clip. There's a lot of things to walk away from. The Democratic Party is the bigger one. I'm never voting Democrat again. And as long as I live, I want to make sure everybody I know who's in my stead, they can vote Democrat, but they better be careful reaping what they sow. But everyone who's going to be with me, you're going to vote the way I am. You vote something opposite, you better have damn concrete evidence. Concrete beyond CNN, concrete beyond that. CNN's crap. You have to go above CNN. You have to go above the hill. You can go above Washington compost to get those points. Because if you don't have it, and then if you're speechless, that shows you one thing. You don't care. You want this country to fall. And then when it comes after you, you're going to be asking why. Then you're going to be asking for help. I'm going to use another phrase from the song by Public Enemy with Flavor Flav says, I can't do nothing for you, man. It's an old saying, I'm going to end it on this one. If you guys want to change the world, you better like it the way it is first. That's all I got.